Argentina 2, the Netherlands 2. Argentina win 4-3 on penalties. I can't, man. I really can't. Like, this team. Like, why must we suffer like this? Scaloni, why must we suffer like this? Okay, I'm still having a hard time processing what just happened. I still don't realize how lucky I am to live in this generation with Lionel Messi. Messi, I love you, Messi, you're the best player of all time, like, for real. It's so crazy, this man. And I'm so lucky to live in a generation because this is the second time I'm gonna see my nation play in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Before that, it had been since 1990, it had been 24 years since we hadn't made the semi-finals, only broken in 2014. Now we are in the semi-finals once again, and I'm just so happy, man. I cannot express what I'm feeling right now. I'll try to collect my thoughts and talk a bit about the game. So in the end, like I said in my preview, Di Maria didn't end up playing, and we did play the three at the back. Even though I said I didn't expect this formation from kickoff, I said it was likely that we would see this formation. Lisandro Martinez, Otamendi, Christian Romero in the back, with only Messi and Julian Alvarez up top. We did end up seeing that. And I think it was this game was a masterclass by Scaloni. I'm gonna say this right now. We were so superior. We were so much more than the Netherlands throughout all 90 minutes, even 120 minutes, I would say. We were so much more than the Netherlands this game. Scaloni outclassed the most experienced manager at the World Cup, who can still talk all the shit he wants. He says he plays beautiful football. Honestly, I didn't see that from the Netherlands this game. He said that if the game goes to penalties, they will have an advantage. That also wasn't true. He said that we played with 10 men because Messi didn't do much of the ball. Well, there you go. Messi did things off the ball, and if he didn't do things off the ball, well, he changed the game for us. Like, he really thought he could stop Messi. No, you cannot stop Messi. This man is on a mission, and he's the best player of all time. You are not gonna stop this man. You're not gonna stop him. You need to shut your mouth and respect this man. You need to respect this team, because we got to where we are because we've been better than everyone that has stood in our way as of now, and people need to respect that. People need to respect this team because we got to this stage, even when everyone was doubting us, when everyone was writing us off, we still got to the semifinals. So yeah, Van Gaal, you can still talk all the trash you want. We don't care. You're still a loser in our eyes. Noppert, you said you would stop a penalty from Messi, right? You had two penalties to save from Messi. You were nowhere close that ball. Neither time. Like, what the fuck happened? What happened to you? What? So yeah, the Dutch love to talk a lot of trash, but in the game they didn't really show that. The Dutch only showed a lot of heart, but we're gonna talk about that later in the game. So yeah, we play three at the back. Again, masterclass by Scaloni in my eyes. This was a true game of inches, This was no easy game for neither team. In the first half, it was a bit of a stalemate, Argentina would have the ball at times, the Netherlands would have the ball at times, but nobody would really create much danger. The difference maker once more was Lionel Messi, this man. Molina, great play from the right-hand side, passing it over to Messi, then keeps running forwards knowing that he would be the one to receive that pass. Messi makes a great play near the edge of the box, passes it clinically over to Molina, leaves him one-on-one with the keeper, perfect touch to the near post, and it's 1-0. I said that if we play three at the back, Acuna would need to be very sharp. Today Acuna didn't have a good game. What I didn't count was that Molina would be the one that was sharp and would make the difference for us running up that right hand side. So massive props to Molina for going for that opportunity, for always trying to go up top, and for getting that goal, obviously, that opened the score for us. And from that point onwards, Argentina had pretty much control of the game. In the second half, the Netherlands didn't show much reaction. They weren't really desperate trying to go for a result like I expected them to. It was not up until the game was pretty much a stalemate for the first minutes of the second half as well, and it all led to that penalty committed on Acuna near the edge of the box. At first, I thought it was outside the box, but then checking the replay, it was clearly inside the box, so that was clearly a penalty. And Messi steps up and converts that penalty. He has now 10 goals for the national teams in World Cups, so he has reached Batistuta's record of 10 goals as well. So now they are the joint top World Cup scorers for Argentina, both with 10 goals. And at that point, you would think the game is over. The Netherlands, of course, brought everyone off the bench. They brought Luc de Jong, they brought Berghuis, obviously, Verhorst. They brought all these people off the bench to try and get those late goals that would get them back into the game. And I think that's when Van Gaal gave up on that beautiful football that he said he would try to impose on Argentina. And instead it was just ball to the center back and cross it into the box. That's what the Netherlands played for the last 20 minutes. And props to them, you know. When all your players are so tall, it only makes sense that you would play that style of football that many people would call terrorism. I honestly can respect that, because if all your players are so much taller than the opposition, it only makes sense. It's your win condition and you should play through that. So I respect the attempt from the Netherlands, and it clearly worked out for them. We couldn't get the ball back. We couldn't control the game at that point because the Netherlands weren't even trying to get the ball across the midfield. They were just tossing it over to their attackers inside the box from behind the half line. So there wasn't much that Argentina could do but to sit on the box and try to pray that none of the headers would go in, because it was really hard to clear absolutely everything. I think the backline of Argentina today probably had its worst game, because we received a lot of yellow cards before. In other games, we didn't receive that many yellow cards, so that shows that the Netherlands really pushed us to our limit in those last minutes. So they got that one goal back. I don't remember who made the crossing, but it was Berghorst who ended up heading it in over Lisandro Martinez. And yeah, from that point on, the Netherlands sent everything and the kitchen sink at us. There were 10 minutes of added time. I gotta say, Mateu Laos can't be a referee in this kind of instances of the World Cup when we are so deep into the tournament. Like, he's not suited for this job. I think the refereeing was horrible this game, not only for Argentina. I'm not saying this as a bias. I think that the Netherlands were also quite unhappy with the refereeing. It was so bad for both teams, and those 10 minutes of added time, like, they really costed us. And yeah, the Netherlands got a foul near the end. We weren't able to control the ball, which I was very disappointed with. We conceded a foul last minute. They executed to perfection. Like, honestly, that was a great tactical play with the free kick to get the ball right into the box underneath, and Verhorst once again gets the equalizer in the 101 minute, which is actually nuts. They got that late of an equalizer. The game was basically over, and we conceded that last goal. And at that point, I was gutted. Like, honestly, I had a really hard time focusing on the game, because I was thinking, how did we not win this game? How is it that we are playing extra time now? Extra time was going on, and I couldn't believe that we were playing it, because I feel like we should have won that game. We were superior to the Netherlands in every facet of the game, and we couldn't close it out. This is something Scaloni is going to have to address. Like, I'm super happy with the result, but this is something Scaloni is going to have to address, because against Australia, we were so superior to Australia. We dominated the game. We were 2-0 up, and we conceded one dumb goal that Australia didn't deserve out of nowhere, and we end up suffering until the last minute, where Emi Martinez made that amazing save to keep us from going to extra time that time. Well, now again, we are 2-0 up, and we cannot close out the game. I know it's hard to close out the game when the opposing team is so much taller and is just crossing balls into the box, and you cannot really stop the other team from doing that. So I don't really blame Scaloni in this game as much, but we need to know how to close out these games, because we are suffering so much in these last few minutes. It's actually crazy, because we should have closed out this game in 90 minutes. It should have been so much easier than it actually was in the end. The first half of extra time was pretty tense as well. There weren't many chances for neither team, but in the second half of extra time, I think that's where Argentina once again deserved to take the lead. There were a succession of events like a shot from Lautaro Martinez that gets deflected off Virgil van Dijk, goes onto the corner gets taken by Di Maria, he tries an Olympic goal, gets saved by Nopper, goes into the corner again, crosses it in, Pesela comes in with a header and it ends up going up the bar. And in the last ball of the game, Enzo Fernandez had a shot outside the box and it ends up hitting the post, and it was like, no, why didn't that go in? I was so mad. I was so pissed that we hadn't won that game and that we actually needed to go to penalties. Van Gaal said that they were favored in penalties this time around, and he forgot someone. He forgot Emiliano Martinez, because Emiliano Martinez, he's made for this kind of situations. He's made for penalties. He loves this thing. This is his thing. Penalties are his thing, and he proved himself once again, like he did against Colombia, that he's a great penalty saver. Made 2 great saves at the start of the kickoff. We were so close to blowing it once again because we couldn't save the consecutive the next 3 penalties. Enzo Fernandez ended up missing his. I was like, no, Enzo had a great game. He deserved to score that penalty, but it wasn't meant to be, obviously. And the redemption arc had to come for Lautaro Martinez, who scored that last penalty to finally give us a spot in the semi-finals after so much suffering. That was so unnecessary because we should have won this game. That relief I felt once that penalty went in, I was so happy. So for player ratings, Emi Martinez, amazing game. I think he had a bit of responsibility in the first goal. The second goal, I don't give him much of a responsibility, but after that he was completely amazing, keeping so many crosses outside the box, and of course saving those 2 last penalties. So Emi Martinez, great game. Otamendi, great game once again by Nicolas Otamendi. I was super happy with his performance. Lisandro Martinez, great performance as well at the back. Cuti Romero, he had a good game. He got booked quite early, so he had to be subbed off, but overall his play was really good. Nahuel Molina, amazing game, obviously, always trying to progress forward with the ball, carrying it and passing it over to Messi, trying to generate play, and of course, one of those plays ended up being the first goal that he scored, so Molina had a great game. Acuna didn't have that good of a game, in my opinion. Acuna wasn't very precise today. I was kind of disappointed in him. Enzo Fernandez, once again, amazing. Great game by Enzo. Super happy with his performance. Rodrigo de Paul, amazing performance once again. He got subbed out at 60 minutes because, like we supposed, he wasn't 100% fit. He came out and they had to put bandages all over his leg because he clearly wasn't fit to play. And he played because he's such an important asset to the team. I believe that if Rodrigo de Paul is 100% fit, we win this game easy 2-0. We don't suffer the other 2 goals from the Netherlands because Rodrigo de Paul just gives you that edge pressing forward that is so disruptive for the opposition that we would have been able to hold on to that result if Rodrigo de Paul had stayed on the pitch, but of course he wasn't really fit to play, so he had to come off. Alexis McAllister, once again, Alexis was so good today. I was happy with his performance, going under the radar once again. I don't think people are going to talk much about Alexis McAllister this game, but he was amazing once again. Lionel Messi, what can you say about Messi, man? He's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. I don't think I need to explain why Messi is amazing and why once again he had a great game and he saved us once again. Absolutely flawless game by Messi once again. Julian Alvarez, he was a bit quiet today. Honestly, I was expecting a bit more from him, but he did his job well. I guess he was a bit sacrificed today because he wasn't much of that goal scorer that we know him for. He wasn't much of a presence up top, but he was running all over the place, pressing, recovering, giving everything for every ball, forcing mistakes of the enemy team. So still massive props to Julian Alvarez for his game. Paredes, once he came on, I don't think Paredes had a great game today. Paredes, like he had some good interventions off the ball, but his overall play was poor in my opinion, and him trying to time waste or try to I don't know, play with the minds of the opposition, I didn't like that, honestly. We should have closed out the game before doing that. Montiel came on very late. I don't think I can really give him a rating. He did score his penalty, so props to him for that. I was asking for Angel Di Maria to come on much earlier, but it was clear that Angel wasn't fit to play many minutes. He played the last 10 minutes of the game, and he changed the game, basically. Those last 10 minutes we looked so much better, and we created so many chances to win the game before penalties. It wasn't meant to be, sadly. Lautaro, he didn't have much to do since he came on, but still, good game. I think Lautaro is just unlucky at this point, because I think Lautaro is doing everything great to put himself in a position to score. This time it was blocked by Van Dijk. But Lautaro is doing everything right. I feel like the goals are gonna come for him eventually. I still haven't lost faith in Lautaro. I think he had a good game since he came on, and of course he scored the decisive penalty, so props to him for that. So now looking forward, of course we have the semi-final we all wanted, the semi-final that was predicted so many times ago. Oh wait, no, Brazil shut the bed. Actually, Brazil shut the bed. So we're gonna be playing Croatia instead. So yeah, commiserations to all the Brazilians who said they will bring the cup home. No, you need to beat European teams from that, like this team does, you know. We're gonna be playing Croatia, a team that we obviously faced in 2018, and we don't have the best memories from that. I feel like Croatia is gonna be a super tough game, because their midfield is still being class. They were class today against Brazil. Livakovic is a great keeper. Vardiol is a great center back. They are super solid. Their fullbacks Sosa and Juranovic were great today, so it's gonna be a super hard game for us. Croatia also play with so much heart, just like us, so I think like it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be amazing, and it's gonna be super hard for us. We shouldn't underestimate Croatia, because everyone keeps counting out Croatia and they keep showing up at the World Cup, so it's gonna be a great game, I'm sure. We're gonna be missing Acuna and Montiel, who picked up yellow cards this game and are gonna miss the game against Croatia, sadly. So our fullbacks are basically locked. We are gonna play with Molina and Tagliafico 100%. My throat hurts. I don't have much voice left. I'm so tired. I cannot take this anymore. But this is what we play for. This is Argentina. This is the game we play. We suffer, but we love football. And we're gonna give it our best. We're gonna give everything for that trophy that we all want for Lionel, and for these people, for this team that deserves it so much. We only have 2 matches left until that objective comes true. Next is gonna be Croatia, and that's gonna be a super tough game. So yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys next time.